Is Trump's executive order a shot across the bow of the ATF? We are going to talk about that today. But before we do that, if you like what I do here, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. I have a join button below. It would really help me out if you join. Alright, now let's jump into it. Welcome back to the channel. My name is John Crump. I'm a gun rights activist and investigative journalist concentrating on 2A issues. I try to keep the government agencies accountable as well as report on the industry. Now, let's go ahead and talk about Trump's latest executive order. The executive order says that agency rulemaking has to be done by political appointees. He says that there's too many agencies out there that's actually making rules at a lower level. He's trying to say that these people at the top are delegating rulemaking abilities to people below them that are bureaucrats and not appointed by anyone, that they're just there. He says that's not what the American people want, and that's not what the American people need, and it's un-American. He gives the agencies 180 days to review all the rules that have been made recently for the past 12 years and see if there's good calls for that rule. So it's basically making them go back and checking every rule to see who made it, why it was made, and if it's actually good calls. Now, Trump's presidency is over tomorrow, so will this have a lot of effect? Probably not, but it will give the ATF extra work while Biden's coming in before Biden can reverse this executive order, which he probably will. I say the ATF because this is a shot at the ATF. The ATF has been delegating rulemaking abilities to other departments like FATD, which is their technology branch, on things like bump stocks. The ATF heads did not change any rules on bump stocks. That was done at the FATD level, where they said this piece of plastic is no longer an accessory. This piece of plastic is a machine gun. That was a rulemaking change done by a bureaucrat in the ATF. You got to remember, the ATF's heads are Marvin Richardson and Regina Lombardo. Marvin Richardson is the acting assistant director, and Regina Lombardo is the acting director. They were not appointed. They fell into their positions because Trump could not get his nominees through. Trump's nominees were anti-gun, which is probably why he couldn't get them through, but they are not the typical political appointee that goes through Congress and everything else. And we're seeing why, because they are so anti-gun, there's no way that they would be able to get through Congress. Alright, so what does this mean for the ATF? The ATF is going to have to do a lot of legwork until Biden can go ahead and reverse this executive action. This is a shot at the ATF, and this was pushed by PAC. I think this is a little bit too little too late. Trump could have pushed this a lot earlier, and maybe gun owners would have turned out for his election even more than they did. It's something, right? So it is something, and it will cause the ATF a headache. And the ATF having headaches is something that I always do like. But in the end, it's not going to amount to much. This should have been done a long time ago. It might delay like reclassifications of 80% lowers, and also pistol braces. But I think that's still going to come. Well, it's a little short video today, shorter than usual. I'm really tired. I've been traveling all weekend, and I did a show last night. I will be back with a show tomorrow, but I just wanted to get this information out there. If you like what I do there, I have a Patreon. Go ahead and support me on Patreon. And with that said, that is it for me. All right, stay ever vigilant, stay ever free, and keep in the fight, and I'm out.